Okay, next we're going to talk about a pretty interesting topic. It's called ballistic protection in public spaces. Do you know what that is?
I would think it means how to avoid bullets in
Yeah, I
public
know.
spaces,
Not exactly
which
a
is
comfortable
terrifying.
topic right now, but actually there's a company called Amulet Protective Technologies which manufactures ballistic barrier technology, and they actually hide it in commercial furniture and in architecture.
I want it everywhere.
So it's everywhere.
That's what I want. I want my whole bookstore office to be bulletproof.
So Jeff Eisquith and Morgan Munchnick are both here to talk about this technology. Welcome to you both.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
So not a topic we want to think about a lot.
No, and we're like having fun over here, but it's actually a pretty serious topic.
It's very serious. It's very serious. But at the same time, you know, when you think about what's happening in the world, it's really about putting something between you and a bad situation, like an active shooter situation. You hear so much about active shooters and blasts and things like that. We're part of the security infrastructure. We're part of the security world. And there are means to protect people that a lot of us aren't aware of. I mean, you have a lot of video going on, a lot of monitoring, that sort of thing. But what's really transpiring and taking place currently is coming up with ways to protect people in the public space from events like that. There really isn't anything in the public space, with the exception of ourselves.
There's been a lot of innovation around safe rooms, high-end condos and houses, and that's been going on for some time. But there's really been very, very, very little innovation around how to establish layers of ballistic protection in public spaces in a way that doesn't create a sense of foreboding. If you go to school or you're in a hospital, you don't want to feel like you're walking into a demilitarized zone. You don't want to feel like there's barricades everywhere. So how do you sort of mitigate the natural desire to protect our people, but still create the sense of openness and a normalcy to day-to-day life? And that's really the origins of this company, is how can we create a way to work with existing furniture that can add layers of protection far, far greater than what exists now. Because movies lie to you, right? Like in a movie scene, you see someone get in a big shootout, and they'll jump behind the sofa, and then they'll wait for all the bullets to pass, and they'll go up and they'll take their turn shooting, and then they'll duck behind the sofa. But in real life, the sofa is basically like paper.
Yeah.
And it rips through you. In a realistic movie scene, everyone dies in the shootout. Every single person dies. I know it's terrible, but it's true.
Yeah.
So people think that if you hide behind your sofa or your chair, you have some protection, but in real life, you just don't.
I mean, the protection would be hopefully that they couldn't see you, but like if they saw you.
Right, but they're spraying machine guns around, and you're behind the sofa, or even drywall in a wall. Even walls, you shoot through walls, it's going to be nothing.
So, yeah, that's true with drywall.
How common is this?
Not at all.
Not common at all.
Not common at all. Actually, the company was started with a vision of protecting people after seeing children killed, Sandy Hook, and all these events taking place, the Aurora movie theater, etc. And the idea was, quite frankly, everyone on the team decided that we were tired of watching people be killed and injured. There's got to be something that can be done. And we essentially brought together the best of the best in the industry: ballistic technology, architecture, design, interiors, and we pulled together all of these people to come up with a way to actually integrate ballistic barriers into furniture so you don't see it. But when the pop, pop, pop of gunfire goes off, your brain engages and you duck and cover. It's instinctive. That's what you do.
So would it be like, I mean, I'm just thinking like school desk, movie seats, classroom doors. Yeah,
Airports.
That's
yeah.
exactly right.
Like-
That's
One of the
exactly right.
biggest innovations we're rolling out in the moment is working with a partner company called Arconis. And Arconis makes one of the biggest companies in the world that makes basically the seating systems at airports. And many other areas as well, something you would never think about normally. And we're working with them to put a version of their seats with our ballistic protection inside of it, but you would never know it. So for example, a minute ago, you had shown some of the clips of the renderings. And if you look at those clips, we sort of have a cutaway to it, so you can see our branded stuff. It would be, you wouldn't see it that way normally, but we show it so that you can see how it would be seamlessly inside the seats, and you wouldn't know it. Even like these chairs, or you can put a little layer inside this, and you would never know it's even there.
Oh, wow.
And then, God forbid, if something happens, and you would do. You know, Jeff is from Arizona, and the origins of the story come a lot from when that terrible shooting with Gabby Giffords, the Democratic Congresswoman from Arizona, was shot. You know, Jeff was about a block away from that, and it really sort of affected him. That's sort of when he sort of speaking for himself here, but who sort of began that sort of intellectual process of trying to find bring technology to bear to a very vexing policy problem. You know, guns, the politics around guns are very, very divisive and challenging. And what's nice about this company is that we sort of go around the politics.
Yeah.
And say whether you want to ban guns or give everyone guns or somewhere in between, everyone supports
Saving lives.
and layers of protection. And that's what this technology does, is it just basically says, okay, forget the politics of it, let's protect people and then figure it out later. You know, so.
Well, Jeff and Morgan, it was great having you on, but we are out of time.
Thank you very much.
And if your audience can just keep in mind, though, we just launched recently, the past few days, a WeFunder effort to start to grow the company, take it to the next stage. So if anybody can just visit the website or take a look, it's a very innovative way for people to, if they want to buy in.
Yeah, what's the website?
Amulet Protective Technologies,
Okay.
and the website is amuletbb.com.
For ballistic barriers, amuletbb.com, and all the information's there.
Perfect. Thank you so
great.
much, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you for
it.
having us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.